Okay, so all of these books have great fall pages. I've looked through all of them so many times, and I'd looked through them through the lens this time of having Spacetember, Inktober, Spooky, Halloween, and fall. And with all of those things in mind, I've found some interesting pages. Some of them I have seen already on a few videos, but some of them I haven't. So I thought I would share. I have about 40 books in my collection. Crazy stop. Crazy stop. Thank you. Okay, so I have about 40 books in my collection, and this is about half. This is about maybe a little more than half. This is about 24 books or so, including the little set aside ones right over here. And I'm hoping that I can show you a few pages that maybe you haven't seen. So a lot of them I've seen in videos, and I will just gloss over those quickly. But I found a few that I think maybe you haven't seen or maybe not even thought about looking in that book. So I'm going to go through these fairly quickly because there's a lot of them, and I don't want to take up your entire day flipping through entire books that you've all already seen. So some of them only have one, and they'll be quick little glances through. So I thought I would show you. There's a few books that pretty much anything in the book would work. So I'm going to start with this one, Rita Berman Hidden Seasons coloring book. And I did just get these this spring. Have not colored too much in them yet. I've colored in Hidden Oceans. Have not colored in Hidden Seasons or Hidden Earth just yet. So for this one, there are some beautiful fall pages. I actually think I saw a bit of a tutorial on this from Rita Berman herself, and it was just beautiful. So I'm going to have to look for that. Love all these leaves. Hers was so colorful. Like everything she does, hers was so colorful. It was beautiful. And then I have these two. So cute page. Looks like it could almost be a 2-page spread. But I'm actually doing this page as a buddy color. So this is a September buddy color with a new friend, Shelly. So we will be doing 2 different owls for the month of September. And I'm thinking of coloring this more of a watercolory and Rita Berman style so that it's very colorful. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to start this. I've wanted to start it already, but I wanted to actually show it in my fall pages first. So that's going to be a buddy color September with Shelly. The other one is in a Joanna Basford book. So we'll get to that eventually. All right. Now where am I going to set all these as I do this? Okay. So Hidden Earth, there are a few pages. Okay, we have snail page. Seems very fall-ish to me. Big fall leaf right there. And snails are fall colors. This is a great big fall leaf. That would be very cute. It's just tagged as a favorite. And then this beautiful double page spread. So this is adorable. Those cute little squirrels, acorns, little acorn homes. A little stash here of squirreling away the acorns and all those fall leaves. I just think this would be very, very cute. Very cute. So I may, if I have time, come back to doing that one. Okay. Then we have R.J. Hampson, Mountain King. This is my only R.J. Hampson book. I would love to get more of his books. This is the only one I have yet. I started my collection here of getting, mostly 1 or 2 per artist. So in this one, I figured there's a few here that would work just by changing the color scheme. So this could be spring, summer, fall, any of those, depending on how you color it. So if you colored this with a very green, springy, pinks and pale greens color scheme, it would look like spring. But if you switch over your palette to a fall palette, browns and rusts and golds, you do have like little acorns and a little squirrel right there. So she could be very fall in color, and that would make this a very nice fall picture. This one I colored back in May, but because of the oak leaves and acorns, I pretty much colored it in a fall color scheme. So that just shows you that you can make many of his pages and many of other artist pages look like fall just by changing your color scheme. So next one I picked for fall, and this is like one of my top few that I absolutely want to get to for the month. He's called this Harvest Moon. Twilight Pumpkin Thief. I like Pumpkin Thief as a title, but I think he is adorable. He looks sheepish. He knows he's doing something wrong. And this is just so cute. The little dog knows what's going on. I think they're a little scared there in the barn, but I think this is adorable. I can't wait to color it. So this one is getting set aside. This is one of my definite colors for September. And I did just get Forest Song today in the mail. So I haven't even had a chance to peg some fall pages, but I'm sure there's plenty of fall pages in that book. That's probably one of the books that has a lot of pages that you could just pick the whole book. But anyhow, I love this one, the Pumpkin Thief, very, very cute. And I also now have alcohol markers. So I just had a really odd old collected set of random markers previously, but I did finally invest in a few Ohuhu markers. Not the big set, but some. So I can actually follow what he does and base some of these with alcohol markers. So I'm excited about that. Okay, that's going to a different pile. Let's see. There we go. And then this one, Walk in Nature, I think is the translation. Rehan Udasi, which is also known as Rada Prince. Very attracted to her work from the beginning of joining into this coloring stuff. So hers also is something that you could change the color palette to make it more autumnal and make it more fall-ish. So it could be a great big fall harvest moon. You've got a little squirrel there. And if you color these in fall colors, and there's a little deer, it would look very fall-ish. Very much like a little fall forest scene. This one all warm and cozy, lots of mushrooms and books and candles. Very cozy and fallish to me. Same with this one. If you colored the trees in fall colors, and then you've got books, which always makes me think of like school and fall and stuff. The same thing. This one is very fall. Lots of mushrooms. Really love that one too. That's probably my favorite in this book for fall. This one would also be very good for fall with books and lots of mushrooms. This is still a work in progress. I started this last month. It's getting kind of dark with all the midtones, so I'm still working on that one. I gotta fix that. Then, same with this one. It looks like lots of fall leaves, not blooms. And there's even a little moon here, a mushroom or two. Could be fall. Very cute. Same with this one. Could be very fall. And then this one with the pots full of all kinds of mushrooms. So I think that one's very fall-ish as well. So definitely want to color one of those. And then, let's see, which way do I go? Okay, so quite a few in here. So I'm almost really gonna like say, okay, this one and then the next 4 pages. So Kanoku Igusa is one of my favorite artists. I don't have Leon's Journey. I just have these 3, but I am eventually getting Leon's Journey. So they have quite a few adorable fall pictures in here. Some that could be adjusted to be fall, but I'm not even going to point those out in here because there's so many that are actually fall related. So I love this one. The mice, the snails, toadstools. Very, very fall to me. Lots of mushrooms. Cute little animals. And then, of course, this one for Halloween. Love this page. There's a similar page in another one of her books where they're flying around in front of buildings. They're dressed up for Halloween. Lots of pumpkins. Also, this one, which I have seen a Chris Chang tutorial available on this one, and it's gorgeous. If you're interested in seeing that. And I think that was it for this one. Yeah, so beautiful choices in this book for fall. There's just going to be too many. I'm going to have to continue my fall ones September, October, and November. I have a feeling. All right, Garden of Fairy Tale Animals by Kanoko Igusa. Kanoko Igusa, sorry. Let's see here. See if I can do this right. I don't want to get a paper cut. All right, so this double page spread, absolutely gorgeous. Love the little hedgehog, and then all of these large spaces to color. Heliobor, wildflowers that are late summer and into fall. Lots of acorns and leaves on the ground, and this cute little hedgehog getting the acorns to eat, I think. So I think this is a beautiful page spread for fall. Time consuming, but would be beautiful. Then of course we have this one that I've seen done many beautiful ways. I love this with the cat with her little cape and her little trick-or-treat bucket, all the pumpkins and gourds. And then we have a fall-inspired mandala that I like that it has different things going around it. And it's not just like 200 of the same thing. Even a little spooky castle or house there. I like that. And let's see, let's go to the next one. These look very fall to me. There's a harvest of pumpkins and apples and gourds, figs, lots of pumpkins, lots of leaves, an owl. This just feels very fall to me. Very cute. Very time consuming, but very cute. I see a theme here. I feel like these little squirrels and leaves and acorns are very fall-ish. Very cute. And then we have this one with all the fall leaves and raccoons. Kind of a wallpaper page. Then we have this one with a little deer. Mama deer and baby. No, they're both baby deers. Deer, baby deer. They're both little fawns, little spots. And all of the fall looking foliage, lots of leaves, lots of berries, lots of acorns. Oh, and this guy, if I recognize it correctly, looks like pokeweed. That's what we call pokeweed. It's toxic. I see other berries, but that distinctly looks like the one that's kind of reddish light green stem and berries that turn deep purple. Yeah. That looks kind of like those sugar maple gumball tree. Lots of acorns. This is beautiful. This would be beautiful colored. I'd have to think about the background, what I would do with that. And then next, these little guys, two little owls, adorable, persimmons, owls, clocks. All those things make me think of fall. Very cute. And then, did I have this one? No, this one. And then these little guys, little squirrels, absolutely adorable. Although he looks like a chipmunk. They look like squirrels, but he's got stripes. So not really sure. Maybe this one's a squirrel and this one's a chipmunk. But they are drinking coffee and knitting or crocheting sweaters and things. And he looks like he's unraveling his. Adorable. And then they have the wallpaper with the acorns behind them. Very, very cute. Cute little guys. Okay. Oh. Don't have room. I need another table just for the books. And then Symphony of Cute Animals, also by Kanoko Igusa. Not as many in here. I feel like this one kind of reminds me of some of those in the Rayhan or Rada Prince book as well. A fawn, a snail, all looking plants. I do like this bigger size too. That's nice. And here's the other one I was mentioning. This is one of my favorite pages. This is potentially why I bought this book. I absolutely love this page. as a children's book illustrator. This just looks like a page out of a children's book, and I want to write the story, or I want to read the story. I want to know what else is going on. I just think this is absolutely adorable. It fits with Spacetember. It fits with fall. It fits with Halloween. I just love it so much. Then I've got both of these pages. I've got the two kitties and the pumpkin that are so cute. And then I got all of these pumpkins here in the foreground, and these little guys, are they mice? Or are they something a little bigger? I don't think they're groundhogs. He's got a tail. Anyhow, cooking up soup or something. So, very cute. Then we have the Halloween party. Love this one. It's so adorable. So many ways. So many cute things. I'm sad that that guy is in the middle of the crease of the book. Same with the bunny. But there's our girl with her little cape. And then lots of party goers in their little outfits. So, so, so cute. Okay. And then this one with the apple harvest. You could do a fall colored like print on the plaid, and baskets of apples. Apple harvest says fall to me because that's when we have apple harvest here in Virginia. And then there's a leaf falling. Little sleepy kitties. And then all of the fall leaves and acorns here with toadstools and acorns down here, and these animals. It's very fall-ish to me as well. It's also the best camping season because it's not so hot. And it's cool at night, which makes it nice to be by a fire. And then there's fall treats right next door here, which I love coloring food. Yeah. All right. Put that one over here. Sorry about the noise. All right, sticking with the Japanese artist. Matsuda Inatome. I have trouble remembering his name. I need to write it down. Mikiko. Okay, Mikiko Inatome. Okay, this is a Japan printed book. Love this book so much. I'm actually waiting for my Ecoline, my new Ecoline markers to arrive. I've gotten about half of a set, about 30 markers that are arriving, and I'm so excited. All right, so we're not going to look at spring here. Let's see. Okay, first we have Spacetember. So we have this lovely space scene where Yururi is looking through a telescope. And I might even, I would be tempted to even paint over that background with a little bit of a galaxy design. Love this with the ocean and the ship and all the stars and birds. And this is in the lighthouse, just precious. Okay, and on the same theme of Spacetember, there's a lighthouse keeper looking at the stars himself. And then we have this entire chapter. So this is autumn season in this book. I didn't even say the title. Yururi is the little mouse here, and it's Yururi's journey with the sketchbook, or close. So this whole chapter is just beautiful fall scenes with this little mouse and his friends. This page spread is my favorite. I don't want to color it first. I want to kind of figure out the paper and the medium that I'm using here first. I just love this page. Love it, love it, love it. And then basically the entire chapter, we have objects. I've actually done this assignment with my students. My 8 honors middle school students had done this assignment where we went out on a little walk outside, and we each had our own little bag to collect things, and they came back and spread them out on a paper and took a photo and worked from both a photo and live, because they did kind of crumble up and deteriorate, so they couldn't necessarily work just from the objects, and plus they would move. from class to class to class, from day to day. So they had the picture to look back on. But we did this as an assignment where they looked closely and drew each object in a composition that they had arranged, and then we watercolored it. So it was a great assignment. And this is adorable. Look at him exploring and looking at all the leaves. He's collecting berries. So here's all the things that they collected and then made with their little treasures. So they made all these cute little things. Here they are crafting. So sweet. Cute. And his little buddy right here. So cute. I love their excitement. They're just happy. Happily making stuff. And then fall harvest. And he's helping with the pumpkins. Look at the little scarecrow. So sweet. And then helping give out pumpkins. And then fall treats. So this is patisserie livraison, which is like reason for living, I think. And patisserie is pastry shop. I know that one. I know pastry shop in French. And then this is inside the pastry shop. And then making fall treats. There's all the pumpkins. Making something pumpkin flavored and making cookies. So I guess Yururi has ordered something and then they're making it. Oh, well here he's helping decorate, so I'm not sure. But you'll notice in other notes in the book too that they give you a recipe. It's in Japanese and in grams, but you could get it translated. I'm sure it's just a simple sugar cookie recipe, but very cute to include that. And there's a happy Halloween. It's almost like a card or a postcard. That is precious. Look at their little costumes. Okay, so jester, wizard, witch. Not sure what he is. Cute. Okay, so that was the last one, I think. Yeah, then we go into winter. So, I just love that book. Little Mouse Yururi, little artist. All right, Fairy Tales and Folklores coloring book by Emily Leda Hall Oberg is full of things that you could color for fall. You've probably seen many of these. And many of them too, it's dependent upon how you color it. If you color it with fall like color palettes, and if it doesn't have so many flowers. Like these are spring flowers, I can tell. Echinacea is more summer. These could be interpreted as sunflowers, and sunflowers for us is late summer going into fall. We just had a sunflower festival here, not far from here. Let's see. This one is very Halloween-ish to me, fall-ish. I actually started to color that one in the front. That's in the front. That's a work in progress. Same with that, work in progress. Just finished. Oh my goodness, you startled me, baby. You okay? You okay? You all right? That didn't sound good. Hi, baby. Hey. Are you all right? You okay, baby? You okay? Okay. Get back to this dog. He started coughing. All right, so I like this kitty. Looked very Halloween-ish to me. And then love this one with her because we have Spacetember and fall. We have all the little mushrooms and things, so. And then another very fall one that I love is we've got mushrooms in here inside the bell jar, and then, or cloche. And then we also have very Halloween-ish things with candles and skulls and the frog, a gourd or type of pumpkin and potion made from jellyfish. So I think this one is very fall-ish as well. I think that's all I pegged in this book. Fairy Tales and Folklore. And then similarly, Maria Troll's Universe. Many could be colored to be fall, but particularly fall-ish that I found. I felt like this one was very fall, with her being all covered up and blanketed and cozy, and then owls and mushrooms. I know mushrooms grow all year, but they just seem very fall to me. And a fox seems very fall to me. And then the pumpkin. So the little pumpkin house, definitely very fall. That there always seems to be a pumpkin house. And it's a very cute thing. Very cute. And that one's actually from Botanicum. This is the full collection of favorites. So let me just double check. Okay, also the little mice in a nest with all the leaves around them. That could be fall. And then I'll probably show more of this in my finished pages, but I think the fox also feels very fall. So these feel very fall because of the oak leaves and a little squirrel. And not having as many flowers, you could make this one any season. But it feels very fall with the dominant leaves there. Same here and with the squirrel. Okay, so we'll cut that one a little shorter because I don't need to show every picture that could be fall. All right, so Mythographic Dreamweaver. So here's one that I absolutely want to color in this book. Where did he go? Did I label the wrong one? Yeah, I labeled the wrong one. So Space Cat. I love this. I love this so much. I also love the one in Dragonspell with the cat with the mouse on top of his head. And I don't have Dragonspell. But I also love this. And this would be for Spacetember. A little cat astronaut. Cat astronaut? I don't know. Cat astronaut. So I'm definitely, this is a definite for me. This one and Kirby's Page. And hopefully something out of Kanoko Guso's. So the one that I labeled Space Cat, why did I label? Oh, it's just for space. I just switched the two. This one has all the planets for Spacetember. And there's quite a few in here that could be interpreted for space. That still has some favorites in here that are not for fall. I need to take those out for now. Yeah, but those were the main two. Space Cat and then this one. And I'm not sure what's happening in this picture, but we have lots of planets and some sort of clock, astrological symbol thing. Okay, and I think that's it for space in this book. Yeah. So, that one over here. And then Mythographic Magic Apothecary. There are several in here that are very celestial in theme. We have this one with the moon phases and then the sun and the moon here and lots of stars. We have this one. They don't have titles, but I like to call her Mother Earth. Seems like Mother Earth to me. And we have all the space and planets behind her. And then we have another Space Cat, but of a whole different type of genre. This one is just a big moon theme with a kitty. And then this is another one of those that I don't know if this is some magical measuring device or what, but astronomy and astrology together in this one pretty much. So I think that fits for Spacetember. And then lastly, a very fall page, jar of mushrooms. So yeah, I like that page. I hadn't remembered that this one was in here until this flip through. Space Cat's in the other one, Dreamweaver. That was Magic Apothecary. And then we have Fantasy Forest. Mythographic Fantasy Forest. And there's several favorites in here that could be fall. This could be for Spacetember. This could be for fall. All these little things falling. I forgot what those are called. And then this little guy with all the little mushrooms and leaves around him, a little hedgehog. Oh, not that guy, just trying to turn pages here. And then this one with all of the planets and stars behind it. And then lastly, this guy, very fall-ish. There's lots of fall leaves, prominent, falling all over the place. Little snail house. And you can put fall colors up here as well. Thank you. Okay. So that's Fantasy Forest. And then we have Enchanted Forest and Magical Worlds. So Enchanted Forest, so many of these could be fall or spring. This one could be fall or spring. The owls make me think of fall. But let's see. So we have the 2-page spreads. There's 2 of these, and I would probably color one to be more like summer or spring, and then the other one to be more fall. So there's elements of both that look like both seasons. So we have a stag, an owl, definitely fall, an owl and a squirrel. Fall here with the owl and a lot of leaves. Kind of this one too. There's a mushroom and a bunch of leaves. Not the bunny so much, but definitely a little hedgehog. Although either could be spring. Fall wallpaper, and then a fall treasure box. These are definitely fall feeling. We have a squirrel and a fox. And I love this one too, very fall-ish, with all of the little mushrooms and leaves, and very cute and homey and cozy. Love the little caterpillar guy, so cute. And then we have sort of a Halloween fall kind of vibe on this wallpaper, where we have little satchels of things and acorns and feathers and leaves and potions. And then I think this one could be very fall feeling to go with it, depending on how you colored it. Or spring. It could be spring as well. But it could be colored in fall colors to match this. And then we have Spacetember with a big telescope. And that was it for this one. Of course, remember, almost any page you can color it fall colors and it will seem very fall. Especially her leaves. All right, so for this one, I've got a lot marked in here. Some of these are just old from being pegged as favorites. I think both of these could be fall. They could be other seasons. This one would be for Spacetember. Very similar page to the last page I just showed you, which it has like witches and fall type things. It has bugs and potions and leaves and keys and things like that. Pumpkins, things like that. Let's see what's next. We have an owl. This is the other owl that I will be coloring with Shelly. And Shelly is my Instagram friend that we're doing a buddy color. And we are doing 2 pages. We're doing both owls, the Rita Berman owl and then the Johanna Basford owl right here. I don't know if I will ever color this to go with it. But I'll be doing that page soon with Shelly. And then potions page, witch's kitchen page, very fall and Halloween-ish. Gotta include the pumpkin house page. Yeah, lots of pumpkins. I'm sorry, lots of mushrooms. Said the wrong thing. This is another one that if you colored this fall colors with all the leaves, it would look like fall. And then we have a fox in the wreath here. That's very tiny. That's almost too tiny for me. And then we have Spacetember. And Spacetember. Yeah. And then this is like my favorite in this book for fall, is this rabbit or hare. So with all of the mushrooms and oak leaves, this looks very fall-ish to me. So I think that's the last one. And then the end page is more of that same wallpaper. Yeah. But he's very nice. I like that one a lot. Like the bunny. So I've got 2 piles here. All right. So hopefully you'll find some fall inspiration. Another thing you can do is go out in nature and collect and draw and make your own coloring page. So maybe I'll do that for fall as well. I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'll make some coloring pages. Otherwise, have a great start to your fall and happy coloring, and I will see you soon. Bye.